Jeffs, welcome. We brought you here for a reason. You are at the absolute top of your game. You're culinary masters. But today, we're not just testing your craft, we're testing it against tradition. Underneath this cloche is the heart of a legendary dish, beloved by millions. Your challenge, to understand it, respect it, and turn it into something worthy of your name. The host places a hand on the cloche, then lifts it dramatically. Underneath, on a simple platter, is a whole raw pig's face, a beat of stunned silence, and a short, incredulous laugh. Pardon? This is a joke, yes? Eyes wide, a hand flies to her mouth. Oh, mamma mia, what is this? We are not butchers. Leans in, his expression shifting from shock to intense curiosity. The pig's face, the whole face, the ears, the snap, everything. This is unexpected. Prick cut to a sizzling cast iron pan. Chopped, crispy meat hits the hot oil, exploding in sound and steam. They think it's a joke, the bizarre prop from a back alley butcher. But what they don't know is they're staring at the key to sisig, the Filipino icon. The dish the legendary Anthony Bourdain called possibly the best thing you could eat with a cold beer. It started as weird, but it became legendary. Can three masters of modern cuisine solve the puzzle of the pig's face and unlock its incredible flavor? Food is a language, and a Michelin star is the highest form of poetry. It means perfection, consistency, and an unforgettable experience. Today, we have three of the world's most acclaimed culinary poets. Chef Jean-Pierre, a Michelin-acclaimed classicist from Paris. His restaurant is a temple to French technique, where ingredients are refined and perfected. He's a man who believes in rules, precision, and the established glory of gastronomy. For him, a pig's face is an anatomical curiosity, not the start of a masterpiece. In French cooking, we use the head for stocks, for terrines. But to present it as the star, it is rustic. The challenge is to see if it can be tame. Chef Sophia's renowned one-star restaurant in Italy is a love letter to Cucina Povera, the kitchen of the poor. She believes the most humble parts often hide the most profound flavors. For her, nothing should be wasted. But even she has never faced an ingredient so upfront. In Italy we use everything. We call it the fifth quarter, the offal, the cheeks, the tail. It is the soul of our food. But this is a new conversation. It's honest. Very, very honest. Chef Kenji, a pioneer of modern Korean-American fusion, finds beauty in the unexpected and harmony in chaos. For him, the pig's face isn't disgusting. It's a puzzle box of textures and possibilities. My first thought wasn't gross. It was texture. You have skin, fat, cartilage, lean muscle. That's a playground. The question is, what's the history? What's the story this ingredient is trying to tell me? Three chefs, three distinct philosophies. One singular, intimidating ingredient. Their mission, take this pig's face, and in 3 hours, transform it. They will be judged not just on taste, but on their ability to understand the soul of a dish they never met. A dish called sisig. The chefs are at their stations, tentatively examining the pig's head. The first step is always disassembly, to break it down. The ears, the jowl, the skin. Each must be treated differently. The ear cartilage needs a long, slow poach, then maybe a hard fry to become crisp. The jowl is full of fat. This could be rendered into a beautiful confit. I'm thinking of my grandmother. When they butchered a pig in the village, nothing was thrown away. They'd make copper de testa, head cheese. You boil the head for hours, you pick the meat, you press it. The gelatin holds it all together. There is immense flavor locked inside this, but it requires patience. You can't rush it. It's about respecting the animal. I agree, but I'm also thinking about the final flavor. I hear the dish is tangy and spicy. That means acid is key. I'm looking at this and seeing potential for a fantastic char. If you boil it to tenderize, then blast it on a high-heat grill. You get slope, you get bitterness, you get that beautiful Maillard reaction. That char can stand up to strong flavors like chili and citrus. The magic will be the contrast. Soft, gelatinous bits against hard, crispy edges. As the chefs begin the first crucial step, boiling the head to tenderize the meat, they're working blind, using only intuition. They don't know the story of sisig yet. They don't know its journey from a sour fruit salad to a sizzling, world-famous icon. To understand sisig, you have to know it didn't start with pork at all. It started with a word. The term sisig was first recorded in the Kapampangan dictionary way back in 1732. Back then, it meant a sour salad, often made from unripe guava or green papaya, dressed with salt, pepper, garlic, and vinegar. It was a cure for nausea, a simple sour snack. So how did we get from a green fruit salad to a sizzling plate of pork? The answer is history and pure resourcefulness. During the American occupation, Clark Air Base in Pampanga was a massive U.S. facility. The commissaries there used prime cuts of pork, but the heads were often just thrown away. The locals nearby saw opportunity, not waste. They got the leftover pig heads for cheap, and using their own culinary traditions, put them to very good use. For decades, it was a local dish. But in the 1970s, one woman changed everything. Lucia Kunanen, better known as Ali Lusing. From her humble stall by the railroad tracks in Angeles City, she revolutionized sisig. She took the boiled pig head, but then she did something new. She grilled it until it was smoky and charred, chopped it all up, and served it on a sizzling hot plate. She created the modern sisig, a dish defined by a symphony of textures, creamy, savory, and that all-important movable crunch. Her innovation turned a local secret into a national sensation. Back in the kitchen, the host approaches the chefs. Chefs, now that you've started, it's time you understood its soul. You're not just cooking a pig's face, you're making sisig. It's the quintessential punutan, a dish served with beer, meant for sharing. It's social food, food for celebration. The host reveals a small, sizzling plate of traditional sisig. Ah, okay, now I get it. Then smell. The lime, the chili, the fried onion. It reminds me of aperitivo, when everyone comes together. This is not a dish you eat alone. So the sizzle is part of it. It's not just a cooking method, it's presentation, the sound, the smell. It engages you before you take a bite. The plate keeps cooking the food, crisping the bottom. That's brilliant. So the final product is not a refined terrine. It is chaotic, a mosaic of textures. This changes my approach completely. The goal isn't to tame it, but to harness its energy. This is the aha moment, where skepticism becomes understanding and understanding becomes respect. The pig's face is no longer a joke. It's a symbol of ingenuity. It represents the Filipino spirit of turning humble ingredients into something extraordinary. Now, armed with that crucial context, the real challenge begins. With a newfound respect for sisig, the chef's minds are racing. They now see the path forward, not to replicate, but to interpret. Chef Jean-Pierre, the classicist, has abandoned his terrine. He sees the beauty of the dish's rustic soul, but he's determined to give it French precision. The sizzling plate is key. The dish needs that energy. So my plan has shifted. The jowl will be finely diced and crisped, like lardons. The skin I'll boil, scrape clean, dehydrate, and then fry into an impossibly light crackling, a French-style chicharron. The ears will be julienned and braised in a rich pork stock, but instead of chicken liver, I'll use a rich duck liver parfait for that creaminess. It's all served on the hot plate with a perfect 64-degree egg yolk, calamansi for acid, and tiny cubes of pickled shallots. It will be sisig, but with the discipline of my kitchen. Chef Sophia, the soulful Italian, feels a kinship with sisig's origins. She wants to celebrate its comforting communal nature. This dish is about heart. It's about making people happy. I will embrace tradition. I'll grill the chopped cheeks, snout and ears over real charcoal for that true smoky flavor. That is non-negotiable. I will use the pig's brain like some traditional recipes, whipping it into a creamy sauce to bind it all together. It adds this incredible richness. My twist is the presentation. I will serve my sisig over a bed of soft, creamy Parmesan polenta. It's a bridge between my culture and Filipino culture. A dish that feels like a hug from an Italian nonna and a Filipino tita at the same time. Chef Kenji, the modernist, sees sisig as a canvas for a bold reinterpretation. He wants to push the boundaries of fat, acid, and spice. For me, sisig is a flavor bomb. It's a caliphate. I'm separating the components to make them shine. The crispy skin becomes a single, delicate glass cracker. The jowl meat will be glazed in a gochujang calamansi reduction for that sweet, spicy, funky kick. But here's the main idea. Instead of liver or brain, I'm making a sea urchin and soy sauce emulsion for creaminess. The whole dish is served in a chilled stone bowl with a green mango salad. Then, tableside, I'll pour hot, sizzling, smoked pork fat over the top to cook a hidden egg yolk and activate that uni emulsion. It's a journey of temperature and texture in every bite. 3 chefs, 3 daring visions. A classical French refinement, a rustic Italian embrace, and a modern Asian deconstruction. The pig's face has been transformed from a source of confusion into a muse. Now they just have to pull it off. With the clock ticking, the kitchen is a pressure cooker of ambition. Every chop, every sizzle brings them closer to the final dish. In my kitchen, a millimeter makes all the difference. That's how you guarantee a perfect bite every time. No compromises. You can't fake the flavor of real charcoal. It puts a soul into the meat that a gas flame just can't. You have to listen to the fire. This is cooking by instinct. Every single thing on this plate has a job to do. The uni isn't for shock value. Its mineral ocean flavor cuts through the richness of the pork in a way citrus alone can't. It's about creating new logical pairings. They are in the zone, that magical state where skill and creativity converge. The initial shock is a distant memory. Now there is only the pursuit of flavor. I'm beginning to understand the appeal. This combination of textures, the soft, the crisp, the chewy, it's quite addictive. The smell is incredible. The whole kitchen smells of grilled pork, lime and spice. It's a happy smell. This is happy food. I was worried the uni might be too much, but tasting it against the fatting pork, it works. It really works. This dish has a strong backbone. It can handle innovation. The final minutes are ticking away. It's time for plating. The moment of truth is here. The dishes are ready. 3 completely different takes on one iconic Filipino dish are about to be revealed. And believe me, the results will redefine what you think is possible. But before we taste their creations, if you are enjoying this journey from weird to wonderful, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell too. Your support lets us tell these amazing stories. Okay, it's time. Let's see the final dishes. The pace slows. The chefs stand behind their finished dishes, proud and nervous. Chefs, time is up. What you've created looks astonishing. Chef Jean-Pierre, please present your dish. I present sisig classique. On the sizzling plate is crisped pork jang, braised ear, and a duck liver parfait that melts into the heat. It's topped with a 64-degree egg yolk, pickled shallots, and crowned with the verre de porc glace. My attempt to bring French refinement to a beautifully rustic concept. Magnificent! Chef Sophia, you're next! This is sisig del cuore, sisig from the heart. It's charcoal grilled pork head, fried with pig's brain and chicken liver for that authentic creamy texture. It's bold, spicy and smoky, served on creamy Parmesan polenta. It's not delicate, it's a celebration of flavor, of family, of 2 cultures meeting in a bowl. Incredible. And finally, Chef Kenji. I call this sisig a study in contrast, a deconstructed sisig in a chilled stone bowl. You have the gochujang glazed jowl, flash fried ear for crunch, and a dollop of my sea urchin emulsion. The experience is completed tableside. Chef Kenji pours hot, smoked pork fat into the bowl. A dramatic sizzle erupts as it hits the other ingredients, cooking a hidden egg yolk. Now, the ultimate test. The chefs will taste each other's creations. They move around the room, tasting each dish thoughtfully. Ah, Jean-Pierre, the textures are incredible. The pork glass just shatters, and the duck liver is so much smoother. It's elegant, but it is still unmistakably Sissic. You captured its soul. The precision is what gets me. Every bite has the perfect ratio of crisp to soft. That egg yolk is the sauce. Genius. It's clean but rich. Very well done. Sophia, this is pure joy. That chunk of smoke hits you first. It's tough, honest, and with polenta. I never would have thought of it, but it's perfect. It calms the spice. This is the dish I'd want after a long day. It's comforting on a deep level. You use the brain. I taste that unique, almost sweet richness. It's so creamy. This feels the most traditional in spirit, but the polenta elevates it. It's a big, warm hug in a bowl. I love it. Julia, this is a roller coaster. First it's cold, then the hot fat comes and it's warm and sizzling. The uni with the pork. Mamma mia, who would have thought? It's salty, sweet, from the sea, from the land. It's crazy, but it works. It's an adventure. This is the most intellectual dish. It makes you think. The gochujang glaze, the crunchy ear, the acidic mango, and then that uni emulsion just ties it all together. It shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. Surprising and delicious. Chefs, you've all created something remarkable. But after this journey, what's your verdict on sisig itself? My skepticism was born of ignorance. I was wrong. It's not a joke. It is a masterpiece of resourcefulness. It proves there are no bad ingredients, only unskilled chefs. It's a dish with integrity. It proves what I've always believed. The best food comes from the heart, not from expensive ingredients. It's a symbol of community, of making something beautiful from what you have. It has found a place in my heart. Sisig is a perfect dish. It hits every note. Savory, sour, spicy, fatty, umami. It has texture, aroma, and a story. Anthony Bourdain was right. This is a dish that is poised to win the hearts and minds of the world. In the end, there was no winner or loser, only discovery. A journey that started with a bizarre challenge ended in shared respect. What's fascinating is how one ingredient, a pig's face, led to three wildly different, yet all valid conclusions. It speaks to the versatility of the core concept. That's the mark of a great dish. It is, as the city of Angeles declared, a tangible cultural heritage. It's more than food. It tells a story of the people who created it, their resilience, their creativity. That's something we can all learn from. It's a dish that embodies the spirit of Bayanihan, a sense of communal unity and support. I think this shows that Filipino food deserves its place on the global stage. For too long, people have had this stigma that it has to be cheap. But the flavors, the techniques, the stories, they are as complex and worthy as any other cuisine. We've seen Filipino restaurants like Kasama in Chicago finally get their first Michelin star. And it's just the beginning. With the official arrival of the Michelin Guide in the Philippines, this is only going to accelerate. People are finally ready. From a sour salad in the 1700s, to a sizzling plate in the 1970s, to a global phenomenon today, sisig tells the story of the Filipino people. Resourceful, resilient, and brilliant. It proves that what might seem weird at first is often just a story you haven't heard yet. The three chefs came here to face a challenge, but they leave as ambassadors. They were called to cook a pig's face. They thought it was bizarre. They tasted its legendary sizzle and flavor. And now, like so many around the world, they crave more. A huge thank you to our chefs for taking on this challenge. What other legendary dishes should we test them with next? Drop your ideas in the comments below. We read them all. And if you want to see what happened when we challenged a master sushi chef to make a sandwich, click the video right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, stay curious and keep eating.